Hello, I'm Elgato and welcome back to the video. Today we're going to be diving into the very best Minecraft update of all time, according to both, the Minecraft, fan base, but also according to myself, for a bunch of reasons that I only came to realize after really digging into each and every single update before I made this video series. And that's right, we're talking about Minecraft 1.8.9. It seems like both an obvious choice, but also it's one where I was like, I never understood the love for it until I really dove into everything that it did. I really dove into the significance of it, and I wanted to talk about why this is the best Minecraft update of all time in this video. So hopefully you'd all enjoy it. You can like it if you do like it because it helps out the channel a lot. Let us know you did like this series and want to maybe see something like it in the future. But let's get straight into it by first of all going into the video settings, because now all of the modern settings that you know from Minecraft that you know today are available right here. This is only 1.8. It's not the most modern update we've gone through, but pretty much everything you expect from modern day Minecraft is found in this. So for instance, the chunks, they've gone from, we had like far render distance on 12 chunks before. Now we can go up to 32. We'll go up to like 20. Let's go for like a random number like 23, just to like maybe irk some people that like round numbers. And then we, like, as you can see, all the settings we have all available here. And yeah, basically Minecraft that we know and love is mostly formed from this update. But we'll go into a world 1.9. This is the very first world I went into. We're gonna go back into this world and we're gonna talk about why this is the best update of all time. But first, we're gonna talk about when it came out. So the 1.8 or Bountiful update officially came out on September the 2nd of 2014. That's right, we're starting to get into the modern era of Minecraft updates again after all of this dabbling in 2013, 2012 and 2011. 2014 still feels like a somewhat recent year, right? And that's because it is a somewhat recent year. So let's talk about how it's a recent year. Also, by the way, loading a 1.9 world into 1.8 causes this error to happen, so that can every other chunk, it's like a checkerboard pattern, is like old to new, old to new, old to new again. But yeah, this update came out in that time period, and the interesting thing about this update is it was the first update that had come out in almost a year. It was just over, so the last update came out at the end of 2013, of course. This update comes out near the end of 2014, and it leads to this very interesting situation where there's essentially a year gap between the two things. And yeah, the year though, this is one of the first big gaps between Minecraft updates where you can really see, a lot of that time went into big things. And although this was the start of times where just like, for some reason we didn't see what was going on in Minecraft, you can still see a lot of the really cool things in this update, like I'll be showing you in the what's new in. So answering the question of what's new in 1.8 is a question which is going to take longer than any video has time to fully go into, but we're going to try and go through the cliff notes of this one because it added so many big new things, the biggest of which, one that honestly I forget came from 1.8, I don't know how, but before this video I was like, that came at like 1.9, 1.10 maybe? No, in the 1.8 update, they added one of the most significant changes to the game in quite some time, one of the most significant structures of all time. Again, I said the Wooden Mansion really makes that update worth, 1.11 worthy of it. In the same way, 1.8 by itself, if it just added the ocean monument and the accompanying structures, it would be an update worthy of note. It would make its way somewhere onto the top 10 list because the ocean monument came for the very first time in this update. This whole structure right here started to exist with the 1.8 update. And believe me, if you've never explored one of these things, the challenge, the fun, the reward when you kill it, you get sea land, like you get a whole new block set. We'd never seen Prismarine before, we'd never seen sea lands before. You get a whole new block set, you get 2 brand new mobs which Jeb designed from scratch. By the way, on the inside of the texture, you'll see it says Jeb in there, like if you ever check the files. But there is a guardian mob. There's also, a mob that less people are familiar with, the Elder Guardian mob found just down here, the huge thing. Again, they added both these new mobs, just created from thin air, a brand new structure with a brand new challenge. It's underwater, so there's a reason to go to your oceans. Jeb even said the reason he did it is because he played 1.7 with his friend, and it was like, oceans are kind of boring, or with his brother maybe, and he said oceans are kind of boring, so he added a brand new structure this big with this much customization. And like I said, by itself, this would define an update, because inside they brought back one of the coolest features from Minecraft's past, a feature that didn't have a use really at the time. It is the sponge. So the sponge existed before this update, but it was a creative only feature, and they eventually decided, let's just, basically at some point they're going to remove it from the game. But in this update, they finally found a use for it, because inside your strongholds, I'll actually go on there, I'll find some fresh ones. You find them in the wet form, but inside your ocean monuments, sorry, not strongholds, there's like at least one, sometimes there's 2, sometimes there's none actually. Usually you got a chance for none, but like on average, I guess you're gonna get 1 or 2. Inside here somewhere, if you float around for long enough, you'll eventually find yourself a room which is just filled with sponges. That's right, you can find sponges inside these things. Somewhere, at least, you can find them. I'm not having the best of luck with this, but somewhere inside these things you will find sponges, and these sponges have the ability to drain water. They took a creative item which was just weird. Sponges existed for the longest time in Minecraft, but they existed as creator-friendly item, and they brought them back with the coolest update. And I love when they tie old features into new features. It makes it, again, it just makes the game feel much better. And yeah, you can use these sponges. I mean, they're mostly not meant for creative. They're like a much better survival feature, but you can use them to sponge away a lot of stuff. So if we do this, for instance, and we just really quickly place them, then what we can actually do is we can end up, again, I'm just going to try my hardest here, we can end up getting rid of an entire ocean in like seconds flat, or at least, you know, making a serious dent on it. And basically, yeah, the ability we had sponges to the game, it gave us an ability we didn't have, especially not in survival before. And it's such a, again, there's just something about seeing a sponge that's just intriguing. Look at this, like water, it's gone. Or if we go to a smaller pond, because we can probably find one, then it's just intriguing to look at, right? So we'll go over here. Let's just see, oh, you see that cave? It had water and then it didn't. Sponge is just an amazing thing by itself. Then as well as this though, again, I said like if it was by itself, it would be a cool update. But guess what? This wasn't by itself. 3 sponges, 4 sponges, and the entire water's just gone. I could have done that with 2 realistically. But yeah, the crazy thing about this update is not just that they brought in the, you know, the ocean monument, which would be, again, cause for, you know, amazingness by itself, but it's also the fact that if you go into creative inventory, because we're going to save ourselves a bit of time. Actually, yo, for granite, we can find some just around the place. Okay, wait, right there's granite. They added 3 new blocks to the game, so that when you dug down, instead of finding stone, like that, oh, look at that, we find ourselves andesite, and then sometimes you'll find yourself some granite, and then sometimes, okay, more andesite. You might find yourself some diorite if you're really lucky. Is this? No, this is diorite. You might find some andesite if you're lucky too. The point being is there's 3 brand new things on the ground that makes underground digging much more interesting. Admittedly, it removes a little bit of that original Minecraft feel, but it means that underground got way more interesting because there were new blocks you could find, and people actually wanted these new blocks because you don't just get andesite, diorite, and granite, which are kind of ugly by themselves. You get the polished form if you combine them together. So as you can see, polished diorite, polished granite, and polished andesite, and these blocks actually look pretty good. I see less people using them these days, but at the time, they were revolutionary. Like, oh, new blocks to build in Minecraft. That's cool, right? And yeah, this update gave you the ability to have that, and look at that. Now I've got myself some brand new blocks that just did not exist before, which you get when you mining. So when mining, if you complained about it, maybe because of the 1.4 update, this update gave you a reason to mine, and made mining like, you know, you're finding multiple things down there all the time, which again, I feel like it's kind of like finding an ore, except there's 3 of them. Amazing by itself, but then guess what? That's not where the update stops either, because there's so much more than even that. There's the fact that they added the slime blocks again. So they added the redstone block in 1.5, the coal block in 1.6, and they decided, you know, we're adding lots of blocks anyway, why not have these slime blocks? So the slime block just reflects some of your bounce onto the block. We never had a bouncy block before this update, and it means that if we just land, again, we're going to go into normal survival physics here, we'll bounce. I've never missed a slime block before because the cameras, I guess, a bit weird like that. But you can see you bounce on the slime block. Look how fun that is. I'm bouncing on a slime block. That's something they added for the first time in this update. Made so many new things possible because also slime blocks plus pistons makes craziness. All these different things allows you to just, again, more creativity, more fun, and it's just a fun item in general. But also, as well as that, in this update, they decided to add, you know, as well as ocean monuments, which would be cool by themselves. That, you know, the 1.11 update was essentially if they added ocean monuments again, but as well as adding that, as well as adding below ground stuff, as well as adding the sponge, bringing back the sponge I should say, as well as the sponge blocks, they also added for the first time banners. So banners are something which are hard to explain if you've never heard or seen of them before, but basically, you know, they're black banners that look like this, and again, by themselves, they're interesting enough, but they're a whole new mechanic in Minecraft. If you go into the crafting table and you take a banner and you take any, you know, like, color, we'll also take some, like, vines of us, I guess, so we'll take a vine of us too. But if we go into a crafting table and we show you just like, oh yeah, if we want to make a banner, you can make any banner mixed of any colors. And although this is different on the Pocket Edition and versions, you can make your own banner with its own colors. Look at this. I just made myself a banner that's a little bit blue. I mean, that's nice by itself. But then really, really easily, it gets into much more interesting stuff. So for instance, if we want to make ourselves, okay, so we're going to go down to a white banner, maybe. Where's the white banner at? Oh, it's way down here. We take a white banner, and then instead of going with red, we're going blue. We'll take some red. As easy as this is all it's going to take us. As easy as just going like this, we can make ourselves, I believe, I'm hoping I get this one right, because it's been a while since I've done all the patterns. I think we can make an English cross, right? Yeah, there we go. So, look at that, just like that, we made the England flag. You can now represent your nationality inside Minecraft. Isn't that wonderful? You can have ridiculous flags to represent you or your friends, and just having banners in Minecraft was such a creativity unlocker. If you check on my channel, there's all those top 5 banner series. You can make so many crazy things with banners in Minecraft. Like, every time I remember banners exist, I'm like, oh my god, I want to see what people have done with these still. And there's like entire websites devoted to banner creations. That's how wonderful banners are. And again, that's not where this update stops either. You might be like, well, I mean, that's kind of cool, actually. You're right. If you summon this update, they also added a bunch of tiny other smaller things. So for instance, this was the first time where you could kill a sheep and it would drop mutton. So if we grab ourselves a sword, a diamond sword at that, if we grab one of these and we kill a sheep, I hope there's sheep nearby. There's no sheep nearby, but you can get mutton when you kill them. So killing sheep was not just for being cruel, although that's still a reason. Also, rabbits, by the way, added in the update for the first time. I mentioned that'd be a cool Easter egg update, and I mean, this is only like 4 months after Easter, but still. But if you kill a sheep, guess what? You're gonna get yourself some mutton as well. So they added rabbit, they added mutton, 2 of the more classy types of food you can get. And basically, the list of things in this update goes on and on and on. Oh, for instance, barrier blocks. So barrier blocks is still a Minecraft PC exclusive, but okay, it's been a really long time since I've done it. Like 163, I want to say. Nope, there's no name Minecraft 163. So I think we can just say barrier block in this update, maybe. So we'll go for Minecraft. We'll go for just barrier block, in fact. Barrier underscore block. Okay, you know, it might just be called the barrier, actually. I bet that's what it is. But they added the barrier block in this update, which is such a cool feature for map makers, because you can do this. Also, adventure mode. All these, actually, I think adventure mode was the last update, but all these huge features, look at them, they're in this update. You can only see it when you've got the barrier out. Otherwise, they vanish, and they're just invisible blocks. See, look at that. They're just invisible blocks. Unless you have the barrier map, in which case you can see them. This is such a cool functionality that they still haven't added properly to the other platforms. It exists in the code of Minecraft console, but it's not properly available for some reason. And it's just wonderful to see them here on the console. Look at that. Hey, they're back again. And yeah, barrier blocks, something I imagine you might just fall in love with if you, think about them long enough. But as well as adding barrier blocks, as well as adding all these other features I just mentioned about, it's also the update which, honestly, it kept Minecraft alive for so long. The reason people like this update is because it kept Minecraft alive for so long. And we'll talk about why that is actually. But let's next talk about what there is to not like about this update. Literally nothing. Okay, so let's talk about the lessons to be learned from this update and the impact that it had, because 1.8 is the most impactful update Minecraft has ever had. So let me first of all clarify, again, this update alone kept Minecraft alive for so long. In fact, this update alone is keeping Minecraft alive for some people to this day. Some people are still playing Minecraft 1.8, and in case you're like, how is that possible? In fact, I think it's something like, 50% Minecraft servers will still let you play Minecraft 1.8, which means that if we go on, so let me show you this. This is kind of nuts. If we go into multiplayer, we go to Hypixel, the biggest multiplayer server that I know of that exists. I'm like 99% sure it's the biggest, but in case there's a secret one out there that has more than 27,000 players at like a random, non-peak time, it's like, 2 p.m. in the US right now, on like Thursday or Wednesday? I don't know what day. I don't know what day of the week it is. Don't judge me. But as you can see, when you hop onto the server, I can play this in 1.8. The 4-year-old version of the game, I can play this in. Let me actually ask. See, that guy, okay, first guy, 1.8.9. He's still playing 1.8 to this day. 1.8.9. First 2 people. 1.8.8. 1.8. People are still playing Minecraft. Okay, one guy's on 1.12 because you can play at 1.12, 1.11, etc. But it's crazy that to this day people are still playing. I'll let them know. But it's crazy that to this day, people are playing Minecraft 1.8.9, and the significance of this update being such a big one are kind of great. Admittedly, I would say people more dislike 1.9 than they like this update. There's very few things that you can not get from that you can get from 1.9 that you can't get here, but the truth is that people just don't like the whole combat thing a lot. But still, this update managed to keep the Minecraft Java community alive to this day. Again, bear in mind, we hopped on the server a second ago. How many people did we see again? Was it 27,000 players on the server? And most of them, as it turns out, are still playing Minecraft 1.8. A lot of people who play Survival or play on their own servers, again, statistically, most servers are on 1.8. Some are still on 1.7, and some are still on like 1.9, but either servers are on 1.12 or they're on 1.8, and it seems like slightly more are still on 1.8 than the newest version. That's how big of a deal this update was. This update was the most anticipated thing for the console ever, I feel like. People are like, once we get 1.8, that's it on console. That's like, we made it big time. And once it happened, people are, yeah, they're excited. Like, that's the moment where everyone's like, I think we have all the features we need. Obviously, people are excited for new features on console, but as soon as 1.8 came, it's like, yep, we got all the core things. The ocean monument, that sort of thing. This update is such a huge deal that to say it's not the best Minecraft update I don't know how I would do that. And that's why I feel like the very best Minecraft update of all time is they're gonna have to be Minecraft 1.8.9 or Minecraft 1.8 whatever, because again, it survives to this day in fame or infamy or whatever you want to call it, but it survives. And that's pretty impressive, right? Also, look, the other 2 servers I have on there, I only have 3 servers, I should have more, but, you know, all 3 servers that I have added at least, just because, like, that's where I sometimes record videos, you'll notice how all 3 of them will let me play with Minecraft 1.8. The server community is stuck on 1.8. The game is kind of stuck on 1.8, and maybe that's why the game hasn't been updated for so long. Maybe that's the end of this little mystery we're going through, but either way, the update is big, the update's amazing, and I forgot to mention all the behind-the-scenes stuff, and I feel like the lesson to learn from this is that don't not update the game for a long time, or people might get too attached, you know, don't have the best update ever and then not update the game for a long time, because people will get attached to the previous update, and it ends up killing the game because there's no updates, and yeah, again, like I said, most people still play this update, and that causes problems, while also being a really good thing, while also being a really interesting thing, but that brings me to the end of the series of the 10 best updates of all time. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, liking the video is the best way to let me know. Share if you really liked it, subscribe around here. Make sure you check out the rest of the playlist if you haven't seen all the videos. They'll all work in like a perfect audio if you click the link at the end of this video. If you want to see my 10 best updates with full-on gameplay, like, in fact, actually, while we're here, let's take all our previous worlds and let's take them into 1.8 here, just to see what happens. So 1.3 transferred to 1.8 or whatever it was last in. It's going to look pretty weird. But yeah, I thank you very much for watching the series. It's been a fun little just thing I did while I was in Singapore. I was like, you know, let's go through everyone for best updates. One of the like follow-up things I'm considering doing, if you want to see it, is I really want to go check out like weird things you can do, taking one version from one, you know, game of Minecraft to another. Because taking the Minecraft 1.9 world into 1.8, that checkerboard like render pattern, that was interesting, and I'm considering doing like, you know, going back in and finding more of that. Let me know if you think that's a cool idea or not. I don't know. You can, I guess, let me know that. Okay, so this is the weirdest thing I've seen, because obviously I loaded this up in one of the beta versions. Things are just a little bit weird. This is what Woodland Mansions would look like if they were today. So again, maybe there's some fun videos like taking new structures into old games, or old structures into new versions. Let me know what you think. Comments down below. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.